Welcome back to Jen's Jams. Today I want to tell you a little bit about one of my favorite projects that I am inviting people to look at and see if they're interested in participating in. Is something that I call Letters to the Universe. Letters to the Universe began when I had a conversation with a family member about a breakup. There had been a dramatic breakup where the other person did not say anything whatsoever to my family member about why it is that they were ending it, why it was over, what happened, what went on. They left. And I remember this family member struggling for a very long time, like months, longer than months, very long time, with the injustice of it, with the coldness of it, with the sadness of it, with the grief of it. It was horrible. And it was difficult for me to witness. And we can't fix things for other people, but how do we empathize? How do we sit with them in it, recalling our own experience, and bring some, curiosity to it? So I came up with this idea and said, hey, why don't you write them a letter about everything that you want to know, all the questions you have, all the stuff that you would like to say, and just get it out there, put it on paper. And when I heard myself saying that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound like my own mom here. And how is this family member going to, take this? And then I realized, it's just an idea, throw it out there. And it occurred to me when I said that I needed to say, hey, by the way, this letter isn't a letter that I think needs to be sent, but I think it needs to be written. So just, consider doing that. To tell you the truth, I don't know if this family member ever took me up on that. What did happen as a result of that is I realized, I bet there are some letters I could write. This is different than any of you who are aware of 12-step programs. There is step 9, where you circle back to people in any number of ways and make amends with them. And so it's a reaching out, and it could be a letter, it could be an email, it could be a phone call, it could be a face-to-face. Anyway, the difference about this is that the letter is for you to lift up. And I used universe so that people who don't have a God of their understanding wouldn't be frightened away by the concept of letters to God, and wouldn't allow for the breadth of folk that I think could benefit from this. So letters to the universe. So the idea being to write it and lift it up, that it could be heard. But the other step that I added to it was I wanted them sent to me. I wanted them addressed to a person like dear, fill in the blank, whether it's a parent or a deceased friend or a teacher or a boss or a lover or a sibling, any number, but address it generically when you're writing it to the person you want to write it to, and then sign it from, your son, your ex-girlfriend, whatever. And the reason I want them sent to me is that I honestly believe that we all have at least one letter that we would love to be able to send, but it really, can't be, doesn't need to be. In some cases, maybe shouldn't be, because letters that could be written or should be sent would be a different book, because I want to put these letters, the essence of them in a book, and to create stories that are common in our humanity about the kinds of letters that are living inside of us. I think it would be an absolute hoot. And so, yeah, so the idea is to write a letter with the idea that you will benefit from the writing of it, and maybe someone else reading the book will benefit from it. Maybe someone will read the essence of it or its encapsulation, with a group of others, and say to themselves, "Wow, I could have wrote that letter. That really resonates with me." And maybe the other possibility, there's many, but there's other possibilities. You read an encapsulation of some letters to lovers or something like that and go, "Oh my gosh, I could have been on the receiving end of that letter. Whoa, huh, wow." I mean, there's just so many possibilities, but I just believe that this could mirror so many of the stories that we carry. I believe they're all sacred. I believe they all are, gosh, inherently worthy stories. And so on the continuum of like things that could be known and things that should be known, I mean, you have to be careful with the word should, because nobody likes being should upon, et cetera, et cetera. And things that, can't be known or whatever. I would like to advocate for a slice in the pie that says, you know what, sometimes there are unknowns that will remain unknown. And it's a superpower to be able these days to spend some time in the unknown that I may never know, that there are some things I may never know, or there are some words that will never drop into the consciousness of someone that I would really love for them to hear, but they're never going to hear it. Or, can't hear it. Even if you did send it to them, it wouldn't sink in because they're not there. Or, yeah. So, I encourage you to go to my website where I'm collecting those letters. And it's called lettersToTheUniverse.org. And, it's lettersToTheUniverse.net. Okay, net, as in tennis net, okay? lettersToTheUniverse.net. And take a look, because there's some samples of letters and there's some more, there's a video and so forth. But I would love to hear your stories and your letters. I'm just so we're clear, I'm not going to have a book full of thousands and thousands of letters, full length and all that stuff. I envision taking pieces out of them that are very powerful, or telling of a incredible story. Then, like I said, making chapters out of common themes that come from the letters that you send. I would just love it if you would share those with me. Well, thanks for stopping by today. Take care.